coming up on At Your Leisure.
Hey, I'm Scott Huntsman down in Moab, Utah, checking out the Red Rock Four-Wheelers Club and what they're doing for the upcoming Jeep Safari.
Then Terry Wood is showing off some great OHV riding just south of Delta as he takes us on the Cricut Mountain Range.
And I'm Will Oxley, and I'm going to get you up close and personal with an American icon.
Hey everybody, welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Scott Huntsman in beautiful Moab, Utah, and I'm standing on top of Gemini Bridges here. You know, despite all the recent trail closures you've heard about, Jeep Safari is just a few weeks away. And Jeep Safari is alive and well. Moab is open for business.
My builder, who's probably my best friend in all of Utah now, told me, John, you got Red Rock fever. And I do believe him. I came out here in the late 70s with my dad on motorcycle, and I was like hooked after that. Once I got a chance to really kind of get off the motorcycle and then come back and do some hiking and exploring back in here, I was hooked. So for 35 years, I came out here. I would tell my wife, I'm gone for 2 weeks, dear. Hope you can handle the home front. And I would be out here in the Red Rock. And that's when we made the decision that, hey, this is where we want to be. Yeah, you know, the closures that we had, to be quite honest, in terms of the club and the safari routes, was de minimis. But it did affect a lot of the routes. Us locals, when we want to go out, like I said, I like to go to that spot that's even farther back. And it affected us more than just the vacationing public down here. You know, land use for me is no different than the way I treat people. I treat them the way I want to be treated. I don't want to ruin this. So we need to treat the public lands the same way we treat each other, and that's with respect. We don't want to lose it. First of all, stay on the trail, and even when we hike back here into this little beautiful location, we stay on the slick rock or we stay in the wash. You need to be thinking about that, not only when you're in your Jeep or your side-by-side or your motorcycle, but you need to think about that when we're out here hiking. So it's bigger than the motorized community. It's everybody. We need to think about it.
Don't listen to the rumors that we're done for. That's not true. It's very vibrant here. There's a lot of growth. They're improving and building new residents. There's a couple motels going up. We're putting in a $1 million park for children at the arena. But it's going to have picnic tables, covered picnic tables, and it's going to have all the different games and things for children to do for the community. So we got a lot of neat things going on. You know, come here and have fun. I mean, just don't forget us.
Hey, there's nothing I love more than rock crawling around Moab, just like I'm able to do today. But right now, what we're going to do is send you guys pretty much due west of here to the Great Basin Desert and the Cricut Mountain Range for a little riding opportunity over there. Check this out.
Just south of Delta, Utah, there's an often overlooked range called the Cricut Mountains. And hidden within the valleys of this relatively small mountain range, you'll find more than 129 miles of well-marked OHV trails. They're perfect for beginners and those who just want to relax without the crowds.
The rides out here, my favorite is just, you know, having solitude. We haven't encountered another ATV along the trail, which is really nice to go out and get away from people.
A lot of the times, I think most of us are so absolutely connected to our phones, social media, and we don't know how to unplug. So when you get out here on these trails, you have no choice because you don't have any service. So that's what I love the best, is that we can just get out, calm down, reconnect with friends, have good conversations, stop, chat. It's uplifting.
Rising up from the eastern side of Sevier Lake, the Cricket Mountains lie just within the eastern edge of the Great Basin Desert. Now, the Great Basin Desert is the 10th largest desert in the world, and it's also considered a cold desert. This means that the less than 10 inches of precipitation it receives annually mostly falls in the form of snow.
I love that we have such a diverse scenery. You have flatlands, and then all of a sudden we see these mountains, and it's beautiful, and that's what I really loved about today.
Right off Highway 257, several trailhead access points make it very easy to get away from it all and traverse the Cricket Mountains.
You can park along the road and travel in on your ATV, or you can drive a vehicle to the trailhead if you want to. But a lot of the roads out here, you can travel 50, 60 miles an hour to get to the places you need to, and once you get there, you're into rough, rugged country that you have to take your time and pick your way through. Just really scenic.
Wherever it looked like it was a good place to go, we went, and we kind of had a plan, but when you go riding, you always want to just, if you see a nice cutoff, let's go, go see what's out there.
Our family just purchased the Antelope RV Park. We've got around 100 spots. Perfect location to do these ATV rides. Good place for families to come in and stay the night or the weekend. We will have a pavilion for family reunions, large groups.
Along with the RV park, Delta has all the services and amenities you need in order to travel comfortably and explore Millard County.
It's pretty close to everything. We have so much variety between, if you like history, if you like to see nature, and just exploring the different types of things that we have out here. Native American items, the old mining that we had around here. It's diverse, it's very diverse, and I love that.
Surprisingly large amount of open space, probably the biggest backyard in the state of Utah.
With a backyard like this, why go anywhere else? With this week's Where To, I'm Terry Wood.
This is what it sounds like when quality speaks for itself. The Honda Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew, with class-leading comfort for 6. Tough, reliable, capable. Part of the 2023 Honda Pioneer lineup. Enough said.
You've seen the pictures on social media. Now experience them for yourself in Tikaboo. On the border of Lake Powell, Tikaboo twists the adventure and takes you on rides into slot canyons and overlooks, around mountains and through environments unchanged in thousands of years. It's time to unplug and recharge. Tikaboo, Utah.
Before you pack the car,
before you plan the route, make sure your vacation
be the one you always dreamed of.
With a pre-trip visit to Tunex.
Locally owned,
regionally connected.
Tunex can get you on the road
and keep you there,
no matter where you travel in Utah.
From timing belts to oil changes,
transmission service or new brakes,
a towing upgrade or even a tune-up,
we have the certified technicians
to do the job right. There's a Tunex near you.
Find it at Tunex.com.
What would your perfect day in Green River look like? You'd probably start with a few good friends and a hearty breakfast. From there, you'd hit the trails along the Green River and find things you never expected. your OHVs would take you to places both striking and serene. You'd end at Ray's for a burger and good conversation, letting the memories grow long into the night. Green River, Utah. Ride your perfect today.
Hey, welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. You know, the Red Rock Four-Wheelers Club that we're along with, a couple of their members today, well, they are good stewards on these trails. And they educate, they maintain the trails, and they give back to the community.
The club is out here volunteering for things throughout the community. I'm a club member, and what do I do when I'm not working for the club? I'm volunteering for the Arroyo Crossing project here, helping build the low-income housing. They know me there as John the Tool Man. As the tools get broke, I'm the one that comes in and makes them new again. We do a party for the high schoolers here every year on graduation night. And we keep them in the bowling alley, and we keep them safe there. And we're involved in a lot of other things that go on out here too. There's volunteer opportunities out here with the club, literally year round, not just Easter Jeep Safari and not just at Labor Day. We have Christmas time events here for the little kids that the club puts on. During the Christmas light parade, we try to get a few of our Jeeps joining in with the rest of the vehicles heading down the main drag. So we try to be active in the community and when there's a need. The club has bought a large quantity of fencing, and that fencing gets handed out like candy here freely to anybody who needs it. So when the art festival is going on in town, and they want to block off their area, they're using Red Rock Four-Wheelers fencing. We have the free music festival that happens all summer long here with events in the city park. That fencing gets put to use there. And the club we deliver it. We also have the Trail of the Month. It's really just kind of a free-form event. There's no sign up. It's basically just whoever wants to get together. We pick a Saturday and a trail every month, and we try to keep those trail levels, the ratings on them down a bit. 4 and under tends to keep people really happy, but we're trying to bring people that maybe haven't been willing to come out here on their own to come out and introduce them to off-roading here. And taking time to kind of fill part of that social aspect, letting them get to meet people who have a like kind of interest and would like to do this. And what happens is, and we've seen it over Trail of the Month, is we have people that come out here now more often because they've made friends with 1 or 2 other people in Trail of the Month. And hey, are you going to Labor Day Safari? Yeah, well, let's sign up together. And all of a sudden you start creating these connections that people don't otherwise have a chance to make out here. Because if you come out here all by yourself, there's a chance you might not see anybody on some of our trails here. So, the club is doing something year-round here in Moab.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Work hard, play hard. That's how the Stedman's family has done it for over 50 years. Come jump on or into your new side-by-side, ATV or dirt bike, and make your own trail with Stedman's in Tooele, your dealer for sales, service, and accessories. Looking for road bikes or e-bikes? We have those too. Go online or come in today and see the Stedman's family and check out their incredible line from only the best: Yamaha, Honda, CF Moto, Polaris, and Beta.
You might think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
The day starts. You have your family by your side. The horizon is your playground. In the heart of Utah Trail Country, you find Richfield, where friendly smiles go right along with a day of OHV exploration. Find everything from the most advanced trails to mild afternoons of family riding right on our doorstep. Richfield, the heart of Utah Trail Country. If
the winter blues have you frozen in your tracks, then break free and follow the Eagle. There are tons of great riding opportunities from Scipio to Mesquite. And Eagle's Landing is your one-stop shop to fuel you and your machine, whether you want to ride in the sun and the sand or hit the mountain powder. Eagle's Landing has got you covered. Eagle's Landing, with you for the long haul.
There are a lot of small towns in Utah, and there are a lot of ATV trails, but there aren't very many that offer riding like this. Here in Hanksville, we're the home of Factory Butte. Pure adrenaline mixed with the grandeur of the West. Plus, with plenty of hotels and restaurants, you can stay and explore for days without ever needing a trailer. Hanksville, Utah, your base camp for thrills.
Hey, welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. Hey, still down here in Moab, Utah, and doing what I love to do, wheeling around in my Jeep. Now, y'all want to know why I'm driving this white Jeep today? Well, Red is at home. It's just fine. It's ready for Jeep Safari, but this is a surprise for Tanya. She's going to have her own to drive around in Jeep Safari, so don't tell her. She doesn't know anything about it. Now, Jeep Safari is a great event, and you know, let's look a little closer at what the safari is about and what this club's about.
It started many years ago with the Moab Chamber of Commerce. Once the uranium boom was over with and the miners left and all the companies, they were struggling financially to keep the city running. So they thought, well, maybe we can entice some tourism here. You know, we have the arches, Canyonlands, and you know, we've got areas for bicycle riding. We've got the river rafting companies now. But the problem is most of these off-roads were seismic trails left over from the uranium boom. That's how a lot of these trails were formed and put on maps. Chamber of Commerce started a campaign to advertise, you know, come here and do this and do that. And it got to where it was bigger than they could find time for besides their other civic duties. So there was a local club called the Red Rock Four Wheelers, had maybe 5 or 6 people in it. So they said, hey guys, why don't you and your wives take over this endeavor? And they said, well, okay. So it started that way. And it's been growing every year. I think last year we had probably close to 1,800 vehicles registered for the 8 days. It's an 8-day week for us. We limit our trails to 25 vehicles plus our officials. If you have lesser vehicles, you can get through the trail better, you know, less hang-ups and things like that, and get people back in town. The local merchants like it because they're open till maybe 10 at night, you know, with their wares and t-shirts and different things that they have in town. So as hot as it is that time of year, sometimes it's your shoppers are out late in the afternoon when it cools off. We have a great group of volunteers, many of them from out of town. They come here and spend the week with us. We've got people from Brussels and Australia, different countries. It's wonderful to see the friends that we make. Every year they come and visit us.
You know, this eagle-eyed view here in Moab is beautiful. And speaking of eagles, check out this really interesting story we have for you coming up.
Bald eagles, one of the world's largest raptors, are truly a sight to behold. Although many people will go their entire life without seeing one up close, their fierce yet elegant beauty emanates with a proud independence. This is one of the many reasons our founding fathers chose this bird as a symbol of freedom and strength to the American people. Every winter, as the colder months begin to move into Canada and Alaska, these majestic birds move farther down south to find food and escape the cold conditions. As a result, Utah in February can be a great place to catch a glimpse of these massive birds of prey if you know where to look.
We're out at the Eccles Wildlife Education Center, which is on Farmington Bay Waterfowl Management Area. And today we're having Bald Eagle Viewing Day, which consists of hopefully seeing some bald eagles on some scopes out on the wetland. And then we also have a live bald eagle provided by HawkWatch International, just in case there aren't any eagles out. And then we have eagle crafts and activities for family-friendly things.
We come each year and bring the grandkids, and all my kids come. We set up different spotting scopes and telescopes and binoculars on different things. But most of the eagles have already gone back north this year. It got warm and they leave, so they go back to Canada and Alaska.
But despite most of the eagles leaving a little earlier due to this warm weather, there is still plenty to see and do.
They have this new rookery right over here that's also really fun to watch. And the great blue herons, they like to nest together, so they call it a rookery. It's kind of a condominium. I really enjoy it because I'm able to set up things at different heights. And then with the stool, the smallest grandkids can stand up there and they can see.
And thanks to the organization HawkWatch, even if you're not lucky enough to get a glimpse of a bald eagle in the wild, you can still learn a ton of information about these birds.
HawkWatch is a scientific organization based in Salt Lake City, in Sugar House, and the purpose of it is to determine how healthy any given ecological system is by studying the health of birds of prey. Birds of prey are like the canary in the coal mine. If those birds of prey are healthy and doing well and breeding, that means that that system or that area is also healthy. So Halli is actually from northern Alaska, and she was found on an ice block by a fisherman. Her right wing was damaged, so the fisherman took her to a rehab facility in Sitka, Alaska, where they were trying to get her back out into the wild by repairing that damaged right wing. They could not repair it, they had to partially amputate it. So even though she's not perfect, her purpose now is to be an ambassador bird for eagles and representing birds of prey as a whole species.
And as these ladies from HawkWatch will tell you, getting Halli in front of the public inspires a whole new appreciation for these birds.
People will respect and love something they are familiar with, and they can see up close and personal, and that's the purpose, is get these birds where people can actually see them, appreciate them. They provide that opportunity to gain that respect from first-hand experience, especially with the youth coming up.
It's exciting. We love it. It's the reason that we do this. If we didn't get that, I don't know if we would come out here and do this, you know?
It's very impactful.
Yes.
And while meeting Halli up close and personal is a great experience, ultimately the goal of the day was to spot some bald eagles in the wild.
Sometimes we see a lot of birds. This year we haven't seen any of the eagles yet, but I know we will.
And thanks to Barry's experience and his family's expertise, we were lucky enough to catch a glimpse of some of these beautiful birds hanging out on the trees of some of the nearby trails.
The least we've ever seen was 3. The most we've ever seen here in a day was 93. But either way, it's just a fun time to get out, and there's trails they can hike. And
we have trails that are open to the public year-round that they can walk and enjoy nature, go bird watching, and just get them outside.
My kids love it, and the grandkids love it, and it's just a fun time to be together.
Daget, the sparsest populated county in Utah, is full of adventure. Seemingly endless territory, where after a few twists and turns, you can find yourself in a land that feels untouched by time. From desert to mountains and everything in between, Daget County offers a picture-perfect experience for the modern explorer. It's what you find at the end of your adventure.
Jorgensen's Power Sports is your one-stop shop for all of your outdoor adventure needs. We carry a wide variety of ATVs, UTVs, RVs, firearms, outdoor accessories, and much more. Complete with both a service and warranty department. Check us out online at www.jhsport.com or give us a call at 435-896-6408.
Wondering where your next OHV adventure will take you? Outsiders Utah has your answer with downloadable GPS routes, ride times, distance, local amenities, and other details. 360 street views of the trails that let you explore before you go, and more. Eliminate the guesswork and uncertainty and find a trail you'll love. Visit OutsidersUtah.gov and see the trail before you ride the trail.
This is what it sounds like when quality speaks for itself. The Honda Pioneer 1000 Deluxe Crew with class-leading comfort for 6. Tough, reliable, capable. Part of the 2023 Honda Pioneer lineup. Enough said.
Hey everybody, welcome back to At Your Leisure. Hey, you know, Jeep Safari has been going on for so long. It's such a great event. And if you haven't signed up or you haven't been down yet, check out their website, rr4w.com. All the trails are listed. There's still some available. It's a few weeks away, so there's still time to get in. Tanya and I are going to be down here. We never miss it. In the meantime, you guys check out next week's show. Next week, Chad and Ree are teaming up with Brent Hermanson to ride some different off-road rigs as they enjoy some e-biking around Snow Canyon. Then we're meeting up with the guys from Honda World as we tag along with their friends and family for a great day of exploring the side-by-side trails in the all-new Honda Pioneer 1000 6-seater. Finally, we're taking a look at another impending land closure, only this time we're joining up with some snowmobile experts on the Manti-LaSalle mountain range to talk about the latest travel management plan that could affect many of the areas these folks ride and recreate every winter. Now let's take a look at our contest winner. This week's contest winner was submitted to us on social media by Jerry Morrison, and it looks like Jerry is the lucky winner of a Clearly Tough windshield for his rig. Clearly Tough offers the strongest windshields on the market. Visit clearlytough.com for more information. Congratulations, Jerry, and be sure to call us Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize. Now let's take a look at our calendar of events. First up is the Easter Jeep Safari, presented by the Red Rock Four-Wheelers, which will be held March 23rd to March 31st. If you haven't registered for the Easter Jeep Safari, you better get on it. You can do so at rr4w.com. Then April 24th through the 27th is the Red Rock Jamboree in Kanab, Utah, which is presented by the Utah-Arizona ATV Club. Visit utahsatvclub.org to register today. And be sure to visit our events page at ayltv.com to stay up to date on all the great jamborees and off-road and outdoor events that will be happening throughout this year. All right, everybody. Hey, we can clearly see that the Red Rock Four-Wheeler Club does so much more for the community down here than just the Jeep Safari. And that Jeep Safari is a lot of fun, but boy, they just do an awful bunch all year long, so we're super proud of them. Bob, thanks for coming along today.
You're welcome.
John, thank you very much for leading us on this trail. We've had a great time. Brought my good buddy Tracy along with me today. He's in one piece. We did good. We call this a success. So with all that in mind, we're going to encourage all of you to get off your couches and create your own adventure at your leisure. Yeah!